Hi, my name is Trent and I advise my client Mrs. S on the following types of business structures to adapt. I've suggested two business structures, that being of a partnership and that being of a proprietary company. Now, a partnership is a business structure that consists of two or more people, and the main purpose is to carry on each other's interests into the business for a share of profits. Given in the facts that my client stated that there is going to be continued contribution financially and through negotiation with contractors and suppliers by the partner, and that my client is going to actually run the business as a manager in store, that signifies to me that this does represent a partnership relationship. Now, one of the issues that does come with a partnership is that there is unlimited liability, and this means that should anything go wrong with the business, both partners and their personal assets are actually liable to be used to pay off whatever debts or loans are found in the business. There's no protection of the client's personal assets. Now, if a company structure was to be adapted, a proprietary company has what's known as the corporate shield, and this means that it's an umbrella. The company acts as an umbrella to protect the directors and shareholders inside. Now, even though the relationship formulates that of a partnership, two people going into a proprietary company together can actually nominate themselves to assume the roles of both director and shareholder. The director, the person who's responsible for managing and running the business, and the shareholders are the people who own the business. They own a share in the business, so they are able to make the decisions, which could be a very good structure to adapt to protect against personal assets. However, based on the facts, you stated that you had enough income and money put aside to cover any potential liabilities, and you weren't looking for that type of protection. So in that regard, I would probably opt for a partnership. Partnerships tend to be very simple to set up and very, very minimal startup costs and startup fees. In this circumstance, you're wanting to name your business and Natalie Ann, and given that you want to name the business, there is an extra step you would have to do. So to start a partnership, you first need to, for taxation purposes, register an ABN number, just to register with an Australian business number to say that you're starting a business. Now, if you want a name, you then need to go and register on with the Australian Securities and Exchange Commission, or ASIC. And this is a simple process, and it's only going to cost $35 to register your business name for 1 year, or if you wanted to do 3 years, which you said you are looking to run the business for that amount of time, it'll only cost $82. So it is a discounted rate for the 3 years. I think this is a much more cost-effective solution. If you were to start a company, there are additional fees. To register a company, to register a company, it costs $479, and there is an annual renewal fee of $254. So that's money that you could be taking that you could be taking out of the business instead of putting it aside. And knowing that you have to purchase some of the assets, it would be better to maintain a lot of money. Now, partnerships allow for the partners to take profits out of the business. Any money that's come into the business that covers the costs, the partners can take for profit. I would strongly recommend signing a partnership agreement outlining how much you intend to take for profit each. I know you stated that it's 50%. Having this in writing enforces it as a contract and under contract law in case another party breaches the contract. Further, a partnership agreement can outline the obligations and expectations of each of the partners, which can provide further cover. As a partner, if an issue does arise if you're an employee, you are not covered by compensation schemes. as only employees are covered under Australian work cover, which could be another potential liability. And any assets you put into the property instantaneously become part of the business. You can't take assets out of the business. That would be acting against the interests of the business. And as a partner, you have an obligation to that business. You need to act. You have a duty, also known as a fiduciary duty. You have a duty to act within the interests of the business and your partner. So that means you can't act on your own personal interests and try and work against the interests of the business. So you can't create a fraudulent contract or coerce a person into a contract. That would be going against the interests of the business and would make you liable. So given that you want to start this business as a hobby and you see yourself progressing through the business for 3 years, and the relative size of coffee shops, they are quite small, and you said you want it to be a hole-in-the-wall coffee shop, I would recommend the partnership as the business structure that you should adopt, as it is simple to start up, very cost-effective, and few ongoing fees. And based on the information that you gave me, I would recommend that to be the business structure that you adopt. Thank you very much.